right, 6 o'clock. All right, good evening, everyone. This is the regular meeting of the Planning Commission of the City of Desert Hot Springs for Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. Can we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Lombardo,
Present.
Commissioner Parker,
Present.
Commissioner Rowe,
Present.
Vice Chair Wagstaff is absent, and Chairman Nindall.
Present.
Thank you.
All right. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and repeat after me. Place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. All right. I'm assuming everyone had a chance to read the agenda. Can we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion that we approve.
All right. Do we have a second?
I second.
All right. Can we have a vote?
Where'd it go? Oh, shit. Wait a minute. How do I back that up?
Commissioner Parker, I'm guessing that's a
Can you
mistake.
back that up?
I can change that.
I hit the wrong button.
All right, motion passes unanimously.
All right. Let's move on to meeting minutes, Planning Commission regular meeting minutes from May 13th, 2025. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
I motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. Public comments. At this time, pursuant to the Brown Act, any person may comment on matters of general interest within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Planning Commission not listed on the agenda. Do we have any public comments tonight?
I do not have any speaker cards, Mr. Chair.
All right. Then let's move on to our first public hearing, which is a request to approve a one-year time extension for a mobile food vending vehicle park, subject to the conditions of approval and findings. And may we have the staff report, please?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eva Lara, Assistant Planner. I will be presenting the following item. The project before you tonight, Parada Performance, is a conditional use permit 2413 for the construction of a motorcycle shop. The motorcycle shop so sorry.
This was a mobile food vending vehicle park.
My apologies. Okay, let's start over. So, my name is Eva Lara, Assistant Planner. I will be presenting the following item. So the project before you tonight, time extension 25-1, is for a proposed mobile food vending vehicle park. The proposed project is located south of Pearson Boulevard and west of Cactus Drive on a .44 acre lot. The lot is zoned CD, downtown commercial, and the use is permitted with the approval of a development permit by the Planning Commission. The mobile food vending vehicle park proposes to establish one 8x40 container to be utilized for storage only, 3 concrete pads for the food trucks to park on when in operation, a stage for potential live music and events, and an on-site ADA compliant restroom. So the background of the project, the development permit DP 23-1 was approved for the development of a mobile food vending vehicle park on June 27, 2023. On April 14, 2025, the applicant filed a time extension TE 25-1 application to requesting a time extension for the mobile vending vehicle truck. So pursuant to the Desert Hot Springs Municipal Code, Section 17.92.070, development permit expiration time and extension. An extension may be granted prior to the expiration of the permit. The applicant may request one extension at a time for up to 1 year to the Planning Commission, and reasons for the extension not to exceed a total of extension time of 3 years. So the current time extension is the first 1 year extension requested by the applicant. The applicant may request 2 additional time extensions in the future. So a request for the Planning Commission of the City of Desert Hot Springs, California to approve a 1-year time extension for a mobile food vending vehicle park entitled under development permit DP 23-1, subject to the conditions of approval and due to expire on June 27, 2026. So that's the end of my presentation. I'm available to answer any questions, and thank you.
Okay. Questions of the Planning Commission for the city staff? Does anyone have any questions for city staff? No? The applicant isn't here tonight, right?
The applicant is here.
Where is he?
He's not here. I'm sorry.
Okay. Can you just tell me,
I'm sorry to came late. The meeting was 6 o'clock. I think I came in about 6:30.
I'm sorry, sir, are you the applicant?
My name is Carl Thompson, and I think I'm right. I own a property at 8th Street in Upperton, right beside the Chinese restaurant, that corner property. I get notice to come.
do you have a general comment for the Planning Commission, or are you here to get help with a form or something, or?
I would like to get help with the property itself.
Can you push a button? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
I would like to hear the
No. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes, as I was saying, I'm sorry to be late. Yes, and my name is Carl Thompson, and the property at 8th Street and Ocatella, right beside the Chinese restaurant up there. I would like help with that property.
You would like what?
Help.
Help.
Yes.
Okay,
So when I get invited to the meeting, I came to listen. Where
Mr. Chair, I believe he's here to speak on item number 4.
on item number 4? Okay. We haven't gotten to that item yet.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So probably in a good half an hour or longer, I mean, it'll be a few minutes before we get to it. You'll have the opportunity to speak then.
My pardon, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
What I was asking, though, has Mr. Walker told you folks what his plans are for the next year? I mean, has he commented on what he is doing?
At this point, he's given no definite
No
timeline.
definite. Okay, but this is only the first request out of
That's
of
correct.
3, and he's
Yeah.
entitled to it. But- Okay. Let's open the public hearing. Is there any testimony from the applicant? No, he's not here. How about from those in favor of this action? Any public testimony? Anybody opposed? Anybody in a neutral position? I guess not. No need for applicant rebuttal. Let's close the public hearing. Planning Commission discussion. Does anyone have any discussion on this item?
No.
Okay. Then let's see, does anyone have a motion?
I motion to grant the extension of 1 year.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second it.
All right. Can we have a vote? There we go.
Motion passes unanimously.
right, very good. Jameson Walker, if you can hear us, congratulations. Okay, let's move on to our next item, request to approve conditional use permit 24-13 to entitle and develop a repair service motorcycle shop. May we have the staff report, please?
So good evening again. My name is Evalada, Assistant Planner, and I will be presenting the following item. So again, the project before you tonight, Parada Performance, is a conditional use permit 2413 for the construction of a motorcycle shop. The motorcycle shop will specialize in performance upgrades and maintenance repair services. The proposed project is located in the northwest corner of Palm Drive and Desert View Avenue on a .18 acre lot. The lot is zoned MUC mixed use corridor, and the use is permitted by right subject to a CUP approval. The development will consist of a 3,073 square foot two-story building that includes a balcony facing Palm Drive. The first level will consist of a two mechanical bays, tuning room, retail shop, storage room, office, and waiting area. The second level will consist of a main office space for employees and management. The two-story building will be constructed of a light framing. The architectural design features a modern exterior characterized using contemporary materials and finishes. The facade incorporates stucco over metal lad, offering flexibility and aesthetic preferences. The design also includes natural composite cladding siding, which enhances the building's durability and visual appeal. A defined color palette includes Argentinian silver gray and cobblestone gray for the stucco and brick surfaces, contributing to a cohesive appearance. The proposed architecture adds to the overall appeal of the building and neighboring uses. The landscape plan is composed of drought-tolerant plants perfectly adequate for desert environments. A few of the proposed plants include aloe vera, desert spoon, ocotillo, and large rocks to enhance the aesthetics of the landscape. The parking spaces consist of pull-in spaces, with 2 spaces allowing for vehicles, 1 for ADA, and 4 for motorcycles. The proposed parking spaces meet city requirements. Pursuant to Section 15332, Class 32 categorical exemption of the California Environmental Quality Act guidelines, infill development projects. This infill project is consistent with the local general plan and zoning requirements and will have negligible environmental impacts. The land is devoid of any sensitive habitat and has adequate public utilities. This project is exempt under CEQA guidelines, Class 32 urban infill exemption, Section 15332. So staff recommends the Planning Commission to certify the CEQA exemption and approve conditional use permit 2413 to entitle and develop a repair service and retail motorcycle shop. That concludes my presentation. The applicant is in assistance. Staff is available to answer questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions of staff from the Planning Commission?
Can you hear me?
Well, we're not quite ready for you.
Let me know.
It'll just be a minute. Does the Planning Commission have any questions for staff on this item? No. Nobody? Okay. All right. Then we'll open the public, well, wait a minute. Let me just, okay. Then let's open the public hearing and take testimony from the applicant. You can come back up now. Sorry.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes.
My name is Ryan Murray. I'm the owner and developer of the proposed property. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions or take any suggestions. One thing I would like to mention is on the property itself, I'd be more than happy to, there's one wall that's facing the north side that's towards a business called Desert Tire. Be more than happy to entertain possible mural or art that would be commissioned by the city, if that's applicable.
Okay.
I have a question.
We haven't gotten, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yes, sorry. Take testimony from the applicant, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. One question I have is you seem to have addressed a lot of the noise issue in your application and so forth. Let's say that we approve it, you build your business, the business starts running, and we receive numerous complaints from neighbors about noise. How would you address that?
Depending on the specific noise complaint, we'd address it. Anything we do inside the business is compliant with laws and the California emissions and decibels ordinances. So I don't think we're going to have a problem. If we do, we'll handle it on the spot.
Okay. So are you planning to run the business with, whenever you're doing the repairs, the doors will always be down?
Doors will always be down. We have, with the construction, we are engineered some mini splits inside, so it won't, it'll be climate controlled. So if we need to keep the doors down, we'd rather not, but if we need to during business hours, then we have that out. There's only two bays, so it'd be very simple.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Questions? Question? Just one thing on the sound issue, because that's the comments I got from people. They were worried about sound. And you are in a residential neighborhood, kind of, not far.
Kind of.
Not far at all.
Yeah.
You mentioned in your documentation about putting up some signs, maybe. I guess what I'm wondering is, would you be willing, I think you are willing to do this based on what I read, are you willing to put up a sign, for instance, in a waiting area, or maybe as your customers come out of the store to face the street, a sign that says something like, please be respectful of the neighbors.
Absolutely.
And keep the sound down, something like that?
Absolutely. The motorcycles that I think the primary misconception of what we're doing is we're going to basically working on American-made motorcycles, which the noises aren't like choppers. We're not going to work on choppers per se. It's gonna be more of a it's a quieter sound. Like when I was younger, I liked loud. Now I don't like loud. So, but just in comparison to the auto shop next door, will probably produce twice as much noise as what we'll produce.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah.
And that we're facing towards a business, not towards a residential. So. Facing towards that mini mall, that little strip mall, so I don't see it won't be an issue.
Right. I think the comments I received were people were thinking that it's going to be a lot of Harleys, and you'll come out and rev the engine.
No, I mean, we made it smaller because we don't want that. Even if you go to a Harley-Davidson shop in North Palm Springs, it's not that loud. I mean, the only time it gets loud is if one of the techs takes a test ride. So it's come a long way, especially in California with noise ordinances. They see, I don't know how Desert Hot Springs police is, but they'll ticket you on the spot if you're breaking noise ordinances. You have to have a Cadillac converter too and a header inside the motorcycle to be legal. Everything we do in that shop is going to be legal, so we can't afford to break any laws. So we prefer not to play with those kind of motorcycles, anyways.
When do you think you'll be finished?
As soon as we get the green light to start building, we will have a better idea.
Like a year from now, maybe?
Probably a year from now.
Yeah, okay, very good.
We're excited to be I think the new construction. I've lived in Desert Hot Springs for 23 years, and the only new construction I've seen on Palm Drive is the Taco Bell and a $1 more, $1 whatever. So I'm excited to have something that's gonna show investment into the community and on the main strip. So that's a big part of why I'm doing it in this city.
And I would guess that 95% of the bikes are going to go right onto Palm Drive anyways.
Right,
I doubt you're going to have people going into the residence, and bikes have the right to ride up and down Palm.
Yeah, I would think so.
Do you get a lot of complaints about motorcycle noise from escapades?
Me personally, no.
Okay, well that's pretty. I mean, there might be more motorcycles at escapades than at our shop. I mean, I see how you drive by there all the time. So, and they're not those bikes aren't up to legal status, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, your design is nice. The
Yeah.
building looks nice.
We were directed to by Travis to come up with something nice.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell us?
We're excited to start on the project as soon. I've invested my own money into this, so there's no bank loans in or anything. It's all my money. So I'm looking forward to having this go. I have a lot. I'm investing on this big time. So hopefully it'll be a good business for the city and going forward.
All right, thank you. Good. All right, let's move on to public comments from anyone in favor. Anyone in favor want to speak? Anyone opposed to this want to speak? Do you want to? Come on up. Please state your name. Can you push the button? Yeah.
Carl Thompson, my name. I just like what the gentleman have said a while ago. I think this city is gonna thankful for such good feeling scenery. You know, that's all I want to say. I like what he just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else speak in favor? Anyone opposed? Anyone in neutral position? Okay, let's close the public hearing. You don't really have anything to rebut, I think, so.
I'm prepared.
Okay, so we close the public hearing. Planning Commission discussion. Do we have any discussion on ours?
No, I think summed it up.
I like it.
Okay,
It's great.
okay. Then how about a motion, please?
I'll take it. Make a motion to certify the CEQA exemption and approve conditional use permit 2413 to entitle and develop a repair service and retail motorcycle shop.
All right, do we have a second?
I second.
All right, please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, congratulations and welcome.
Good luck.
Okay, let's move along. Our next item is development permit number 23-8 and conditional use permit number 25-6, an application to develop a new hotel, Waterland Resort. And maybe we have a staff report, please.
Yes, thank you. The item before you tonight is an application to develop a new 38-room hotel resort located on the south side of 8th Street, west of Mesquite Avenue, and north of Sunset Avenue within the visitor-serving commercial zoning district. Their project location consists of 4 parcels. The site will be developed with a hotel resort on 3 out of the 4 parcels, which is shown here on the left. The remaining parcel shown on the right will be developed for additional overflow parking, which is located on the east side of the existing Harmony Health Resort. Waterland Resort will consist of 2- and 3-story buildings plus a mezzanine. The 38-room Key Hotel, which comprises of 3 buildings that create a courtyard with split-level design. The 3-story buildings are placed at the west and north side of the site, which will act as a barrier to block strong prevailing wind. The remaining 2-story building will be placed on the southeast side, fronting Sunset Avenue. A new resort hotel within the VSC zoning district is permitted by right, but pursuant to section 17.92.030, new construction on a vacant lot requires a development permit application to be reviewed and approved by the Planning Commission. Waterland Resort is proposed to exceed the maximum allowable height of 30 feet. Per table 17.18.02, a spa resort may propose an increase of height with the submittal and approval of a conditional use permit by the Planning Commission. The overall height is proposed at 38 feet. Here is the perspective view once the project is complete from the front, which is located on Sunset Avenue. The new hotel resort aims to provide a family-friendly destination combining lodging and entertainment. The site will provide water activities, splash pads, and a small water slide. A restaurant and cafe is also proposed, serving the guests and their families. The primary focus is offering a comfortable stay for families while providing a safe and enjoyable experience. The overall design is a Spanish-style architecture with a smooth sand stucco finish. Arched doorways and windows will create a sense of flow. Decorative wrought iron will be utilized for railings, gates, and balconies, adding an element of charm and security. A Spanish-style courtyard and patios will be incorporating, allowing the seamless transition between indoor and outdoor living. The use of natural materials like wood, stone, and tile with earthy tones, beige, and sand colors will connect architecturally to its surrounding environment. The overall landscape will include a variety of shrubs, trees, boulders, and decorative gravel. The landscape will be throughout the site with a mixture of desert museum, Mexican bush sage, Chinese elms, and various other trees and shrubs. The landscape will include the perimeter and throughout the parking areas to create a beautiful, sustainable, and water-wise landscape that will thrive in the local climate. The project is found to be exempt under CEQA Guidelines Class 32 Urban Infill Exemption Section 15332. This infill project is consistent with the general plan and zoning district. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve the following. 1, certify the notice of exemption, approve development permit number 23-8, and approve conditional use permit number 25-6 for the development of a new 38-room hotel resort subject to the conditions of approval and findings. That concludes my report. I'm available if you have any questions. Thank you.
Right. Any questions of staff from us?
Your screen there said 34, but you said 38. Is that?
I do apologize. It's 38.
Okay.
Can you talk more about the height requirement? In the non-industrial area, the height limitation is 30 feet?
In the industrial zone, it is allowed to go up to 120.
But in the non-industrial, it's how much? What is the height?
So in the VSC, it's allowed to go up to 30, and they can propose to go higher with an approval of a conditional use permit.
Okay, so we're only approving 8 feet over the current limit?
Correct.
Okay.
And that's the very top, so that includes all the eaves and cupolas and,
Okay. Any other questions for staff?
That is on the low side when we had our discussion. That 38 feet, if it's on the, because it's on, that whole building's on a slope. So that is on the lower end of it, where the carport is or garage area. That's where you're going to get that height. That if you're on the upper road, it's not going to be that high because you're coming in at the second floor.
Right. Okay. So let's open the public hearing. Take testimony from the applicant. The applicant here, come on up.
The applicant is not here.
The applicant is not here.
No.
Oh, okay. Well then, can I ask you another question? A question I would have asked the applicant. How will the hotel be marketed? Do you know who are they attracting as customers, and how will they market the hotel? Do you have any idea?
I didn't ask the applicant that question, but I'm assuming just like any other resort, website, internet, advertisement.
Okay. And there are two names used interchangeably in the documentation. One is the Mesquite Hotel, and one is the Waterland Resort. What is the official name?
So they are calling it the Waterland Resort.
Waterland Resort. It'll be called the Desert Hot Springs Waterland Resort, something like that, I guess?
They just said Waterland Resort. That's
Okay.
what was proposed.
Okay.
And what's the tie-in with I would have asked the applicant, what's the tie-in with the existing business that's there?
So
Same
it is
owners?
proposed to be a separate brand new ground up hotel. I do know that the current applicant is affiliated with the existing Harmony Health. I don't know if it's one owner, but I know that they are affiliated.
But the activities are totally unrelated.
That is
Harmony
correct.
House will continue to function as its own discrete entity, and the hotel is separate.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. Do we have any testimony from those in favor, opposed, or neutral to this? Nope, doesn't look like it.
I would say.
Just, do you have,
Yes.
okay, please.
I do like to hear the upliftments, but the presence of whosoever would like to see these upliftment complete is not at the meeting. So I'm going to just stay neutral.
Okay, so you're just going to remain neutral.
Yes, because the presence of the person about this quality upliftments is not here, and then I do like it, but because he's not here, I'm just going to stay neutral.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Any other comments from anyone? Okay, so no opportunity for applicant rebuttal, so let's close the public hearing. Planning Commission discussion? Do we have any questions amongst ourselves? No? Okay, then how about a motion that addresses
I
CEQA
will,
also?
I'll make a motion that we approve development permit number 23-8 and conditional use permit number 25-6 for the development of the new Waterland Resort.
I'll second that.
Okay, is that adequately worded? Okay. All right, let's have a vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right, congratulations to the applicant. All right, our last action is a development permit number 25-6, an application for the development of a new hotel, coffee shop, restaurant, and a retail building by Jade Group. May we have the staff report, please?
Mr. Chair, by way of introduction, this commercial project is on a key corner of Indian Canyon Drive and 20th Avenue. So it will bring restaurants, retail, and lodging to serve the growing number of workers in the logistics centers, as well as travelers on the I-10. I wanted to mention that the city is working on improvements to Indian Canyon Drive to facilitate transportation flow. This work is beginning with the undergrounding of overhead lines on Indian Canyon. That's with Edison now under design. And hopefully the goal is to free up space on Indian Canyon to at least extend the right turn lane and possibly add another through lane on Indian Canyon to handle the additional truck traffic. Also, a new traffic signal will be installed at 19th Avenue and Indian Canyon. That's going to happen relatively soon, in a month or two. And as most of you are aware, Amazon is building out the road network in the area with full improvements on 19th, full improvements on 20th, and a full section on Calle de las Romas.
Thank you. The applicant, Jade Group, has submitted an application for a mixed commercial development located on the east side of Indian Canyon Drive, north of 20th Avenue, within the Commercial Highway Zoning District. Jade Group proposes developing on a vacant 4.3-acre parcel, which would include a 105-room Hampton Inn, a Starbucks, a restaurant with a drive-through, and a retail building. The proposed hotel, Hampton Inn, will offer 105 rooms in a 4-story building. Hampton Inn will also provide an indoor pool for guests, breakfast and dining area, a game room, and a fitness room. The exterior features modern architectural cues enhancing lighting and paint schemes. A modern porte-cochere offers a warm welcome for guests. The flat roof design, consistent across the brand, creates a cohesive look and feel. The site is also proposing to develop a 1,924 square feet Starbucks with a drive-through. Starbucks has shifted its focus to a convenience-led formats, including drive-through and curbside pickup, as well as developing technologies for mobile ordering. The exterior finishes will have a vertical wood cladding, glazed windows, and a metal vertical panel. The overall design will take into account sustainability, accessibility, and inclusion, striving to create a space that is welcoming to all. Shown here are the conceptual elevations for a 3,636 square foot restaurant. At this time, the applicant does not have a secured tenant, but the overall design incorporates the same color schemes and design features to tie in the overall project. Also shown here is the conceptual elevations for a 1,914 square foot retail space. The exterior finishing will incorporate the same color schemes, the Eldorado stone, glazed windows, and wood cladding. Here are some of the landscape inspirations, which is proposed around the perimeter of the site, which includes substantial plantings along Indian Canyon Drive and 20th Avenue. Some of the shade trees include palos verdes, mesquites, Australian willows, and a mixture of shrubs and various ground covers to enhance the overall property. Here is a perspective view of the overall project once complete. The project is found to be exempt under CEQA guidelines Class 32 Urban Infill Exemption Section 15332. This infill project is consistent with the general plan and zoning district. And with that, this is a recommendation that the Planning Commission approve the following. 1, certify the CEQA exemption and approve development permit number 25-6 for a mixed-use commercial development located on APN 666-370-038, subject to the conditions of approval and findings. And that concludes my report. I am available if you have any questions, and the applicant is here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Any questions of staff from the Planning Commission? No. Travis, can you just say a few words more about the longer-term plans for traffic on Indian in that area? At what point will a road go from Indian all the way to Dillon? I mean, all the way to Palm? We talked yesterday, you mentioned how some trucks eventually will start going to.
Well, I can tell you what's in our general plan.
Yeah.
I can tell you, give you a timeline of when it will be built. But our general plan from 2020 actually shows 2 connections. So one is a build out of 20th Avenue that goes, almost horizontally east to west from Palm Drive to what would be, the connection with 20th Avenue where it would stop or terminate at Little Morongo. The second connection shown in our general plan is actually an extension of Varner Road up kind of to the northwest to also make a connection with Little Morongo Road. So those 2 are shown in our general plan. Obviously, there's a good amount of funding that would have to be in place for either the roads or both of the roads to get constructed. I will say in the last CVAG, TPPS, I forget exactly what that acronym, but I think it's called Transportation Priority System. 20th Avenue ranked pretty high in the scoring. Now, CVAG is getting ready to revise the TPPS with some new data and new vehicle miles traveled data that they're collecting. But in my own personal belief, I think it's critical to have a connection between those 2 roads because, as everyone knows, when one of the roads goes down for whatever reason, then our residents especially will move to the other one. If you have more of a direct connection, that makes it easier. Obviously, there's some improvements that are happening in Palm Springs, hopefully to reduce the amount of road closures. And I did read that I guess it's the wind wall is going up on Gene Autry. So that will help some. And then eventually there's the bridge in Palm Springs at Indian Canyon over the wash. But that's a few years out, before that would happen. But in addition to those connections, we've also looked at more north-south routes as well, so that there are other alternatives to Indian Canyon to get to this employment center. And that includes the build-out of Little Morongo from 20th Avenue up to Dillon, and also eventually the build-up of Calle de los Romos from 20th Avenue up to Dillon as well. That will provide two alternative north-south routes to this employment center.
The hotel itself, though, will have an entrance and an exit on 19th Street, on 19th Avenue, or what is it, Avenue or Street? On 20th. It'll have aside from Indian entrance, it'll have another entrance and exit on 20th. So if the traffic is backed up on Indian, they could exit through that entrance exit and then go to Indian and make a left or a right, right?
Yes.
So they wouldn't have to go out of the main entrance to the hotel, shoot across Indian to try to make a quick left in traffic type of thing. Okay, so there will be relief there.
And 20th Avenue obviously is signalized, so for those making
signalized.
lefts, it's easier to do that.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions for staff? No? Okay, let's open the public hearing and take testimony from the applicant. Come on up, please.
Hello, good evening. My name is Brian Patel. I'm here with Sumit as well, my architect. I want to first and foremost start off with thanking city and staff members, Travis and Patricia, helping me along with this project. With their support and guidance on this mixed-use project and the commitment to help bring our vision to reality, we believe this project will bring a lot of benefit to the city of Desert Hot Springs. With this modernized architecture and the materials used, it will also bring employment, a lot of TOT benefit, a lot of job creation, full-time, part-time. In addition to creating a place of focused, limited hotel, especially in Desert Hot Springs, there's not a hotel like that out there. Then this will support also the transient occupancy, also the logistical workers, especially with the big logistics center that's being developed, and it will help support other traffic as well for Desert Hot Springs, as well as people passing by. And I'm open here for any questions I can help answer. Thank you.
Okay. Questions? Anybody have questions?
I just have one question or one comment. I just hope you're really going to try to bring in a restaurant that's not fast food.
So, yeah, absolutely. So it's actually imperative for us to bring in a sit-down restaurant that also offers cocktails and drinks for people, especially that are traveling through in and out Joshua Tree or going to Palm Springs. Especially after a long day of work, you want some beverages. Our hotel, the Hampton Inn, will not serve any drinks, so we do need a support. We're talking to a few credit attendants right now. It's confidential. We haven't decided who we're going to go with, but we will have a sit-down credit attendant that will offer drinks and cocktails, absolutely, at the restaurant.
Thank you.
Is the Starbucks a done deal with that?
Yes, that is a done deal.
What is it, a corporate Starbucks?
It is corporate, absolutely, yes.
So that won't change.
That will not change. We were solicited by other, like for instance, Dutch Bros, but I think Starbucks is a better avenue, especially people love Starbucks more than Dutch Bros, and they have a drive-through only concept, so they're limiting the seating spaces now, so we could keep the flow of traffic and have less people stagnant in that area.
If you get approval, how long do you think it'll take to bring it all to fruition?
So it's a phased out concept. So we obviously will start with the hotel first, and that will bring obviously more attraction and more public to the area. But then Starbucks will be hand in hand in the same time, and then we'll probably move towards a restaurant and then their little retail center. But so it's in phases. I can't exactly say when, but given the current economic situation that we're in, hotel is our first focus at the moment. And then the Starbucks.
Okay.
And then, so your target clientele, am I missing, I'm thinking the workers, the logistic workers, corporate
Correct.
people that come to town, good location in between Joshua Tree and Palm Springs, and people traveling on the highway
Absolutely, yes.
who need a rest.
Correct.
Missing anything else? No, I mean, are you positioning it to attract Palm Springs or?
Well, we're trying to position to attract people actually that are, want to visit Desert Hot Springs as well, and people that also want to, see Mother Nature and maybe head up to Joshua Tree, and then also get some nightlife in Palm Springs. So they're in like the center focal point of both avenues of experience purpose, but also we want to sustain the workers and the Amazon logistics and other logistical centers that are in the area, our truck drivers and whoever else may be, to support them throughout the weekdays. And the weekends, obviously, we'll have the nature enthusiasts and maybe the night goers of Palm Springs.
Yeah, I travel a lot for my regular job, and they're good. Hamptons are good, and I think that's a great,
Absolutely.
great brand for that location.
Thank you.
That's it. Guess that's it. Okay. Do we have any, thank you.
Thank you. If you have any further questions, please let me know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have any testimony from public in favor, opposed, or neutral on this position, on this request? I guess no public comment. Okay. Then let's close the public hearing. Last chance for Planning Commission discussion. Any questions or anything? Okay. And does anyone want to make a motion?
I move to certify the exemption for CEQA and approve development permit number 25-6, subject to the conditions of approval and findings.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. Can we have a vote?
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. Congratulations. Thank
Good
you.
luck, gentlemen.
Get started.
Get that restaurant in there.
Yeah, good. All right, welcome. All right, public comments. Do we have any other public comments from anyone else tonight? You gentlemen, no? Okay. Then Chair and Planning Commission member reports. Do any of us have anything we want to report? Nothing? Okay. Community Development Director report.
Two quick updates for you. Just wanted to update you on new home construction. Through the end of June of this year, the department has issued permits for 152 units for the half year, which is more than all of the permits issued for last year. So we're already on pace to double this year. Permitting remains robust in the communities Rancho Descanso, Skyborn Village 3, Eagle Point, and the infill lots throughout the city. And then the second thing I wanted to mention, there is a ribbon cutting and open house tomorrow, beginning at 8:30 a.m. for the Desert Community Animal Center located at 13700 Palm Drive. This center will be operated by the Greater Palm Springs Animal Allies. Services include wellness checks, vaccinations, spaying and neutering, among others. As most of you know, this building has been vacant for a long time and has been given a fresh coat of paint and new landscaping, interior improvements, and really a new lease of life as an animal care facility and as a welcome addition to the community. And that's all my updates.
And arrive early, there's limited parking.
Okay. I think that's it. Meeting is adjourned.